Okay. Can you please tell us about tell us your name and a little about your company and your title and what you kind of do for your roles and duties?
My name is Nancy Self, and I work for Creek County OSU Extension. And I work for the Oklahoma State University. I'm the county director, and I also have responsibilities for family and consumer science. I have 3 issue teams, and I work within the county. But I'm also the county director, which that means that I am over the office in Creek County.
All right. Can you name some attributes or characteristics that managers need in your position to be successful?
One needs to be consistent, always consistent. You always want to be very careful, and you want to be a role model, a good leader. If you're late all the time for work, then that would mean that they could be late too. So you don't want to let anybody, you don't want to get people in trouble because they're late and then you're late as well. Mm-hmm. So being a good role model is very important. Another one would be always try to be positive. At this point in my profession, we're going through some budget changes. We've got a lot of budget shortfalls, and sometimes the morale can be very negative and depressing. So I always try to tell them, come to work every day. Just come to work every day, and it'll all work out.
Do you lean towards the carrot or stick motivation theory, kind of rewards or punishment?
What I do basically is for the particular job and title that I have, I am the director over the county. So therefore, I have a 4-H educator, and I also have an agriculture educator, and then I have 3 secretaries. So what I have to do is, as far as like the carrot or the stick, I have to make sure that there's a lot of harmony and the office goes smoothly. I'm not the office manager, but I have to make sure that the county office is in good shape, or they're working right. So if I see that the educators are doing something really nice and it's really benefiting our county, then yeah, it's like the carrot philosophy. And it's the same way with our secretaries, because without them, we wouldn't have a very good county office. And so the carrot is really what a lot of people need. They really do better with that. But then sometimes, there are some employees that the carrot is just not quite what they're looking for, and sometimes they have to have the stick. Now, I'm lucky. I have never had that problem with the stick.
Yeah.
So I try to do the carrot.
That's good. In your role, how do you deal with a conflict within the organization, such as between employees or employees showing up late?
We are required by our district office, and our district office is in Muskogee, so we're required by our district director to have 2 staff meetings once a month, and they're about every 2 weeks. And so, if there's some sort of conflict, I try to discuss it to see if it gets resolved in the staff meeting. But if it becomes still a problem, then I try to meet with the individual in private, or if it's between 2, then we meet in my office and try to get it resolved. And it usually works out if we resolve it, in the staff meetings. But sometimes I've had to have them in the office.
Would you consider yourself more as a leader or a manager?
Both.
Both.
Because I have to be a leader when I have the ag agent and the 4-H agent, because what they do are different than what I do. But I'm still over them as far as being a supervisor. So I'm more of a leader to them. But the manager aspect of it is I have to manage the office and make sure that everything is done right with the county, with the university, and with the state.
Okay. Is there any advice that another person had gave you that has had impact in your managing or leadership role?
My predecessor told me, because he'd been there like 30 years, and told me that I would probably need to get to know more people in the county on the agricultural side of everything, and because I am FCS, which is Family Consumer Sciences, and he also told me that I needed to be sure and go to commissioners meetings, go to fair board meetings, and he said, quote unquote, "Then I think you'll be all right."
What are some of the most challenging parts of your job, and how do you go about resolving them?
Personality clashes is one. Sometimes if there's people that come in that are not happy about certain things, it's a type of business too, and sometimes you have to have. First of all, you need to make sure that they're calmed down before you can reason with them. And a lot of times it has been in the 4-H sector with parents, and I've had to meet with them. I've had to send emails out to make sure that, those types of things, the personality clashes, and also we also talk to our district director too that comes in.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people as well, but mainly it is people that are not happy, and I just try to calm them down, reason with them. And if there's some people that are also in the workplace, we usually go into my office and we try to hash things out and make sure that everybody is on the same page. But a lot of times it's personality clashes, and if they're upset about something.
Yeah. As you mentioned about the personality clashes, do you tend to, do you kind of oversee that, or do you have like an HR department, or do you guys do like write-ups for such incidents?
The first stop is with me, and if I have a problem, then yes, I'll put something in their folder. We have some things called performance appraisals that we write on ourselves every year, but I'm also instructed that you don't wait for that performance appraisal to tell this person that everything they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
You need to let them know so they can fix that particular thing. But it starts with me, and then if it is another problem, then it goes to the district office.
Okay. Would you consider that in your line of job that it's more about knowledge or skill, or is it more based on who you know and
Well,
your connections?
Since I do with my job and my career, it's a little bit of both, because I have to have a lot of knowledge because I go out into the public and I teach certain things. Like one thing I teach, it's called co-parenting through divorce, or co-parenting for resilience, and by the state's mandated for anybody that has children under the age of 18 that are getting divorced, they must take that class. So I have to be knowledgeable in that, But on the other hand, there are some things that, like the ag educator and the 4-H educator, I'm not that knowledgeable on. So both of it is about skill and about who you know. Because if there's something that I have a question about that I can't answer, but the ag educator can,
Makes sense.
right? Because it's what we do is based on research from Oklahoma State University, and I can't give any information out about somebody that brings in a soil sample and wants to know how much nitrogen it needs, because I can't do that, but my ag educator can.
Yeah. Last question. If in a person aspiring to be a manager or a leadership style role, is there any advice you would give them, like a younger person?
You have to inspire good ideas and be positive always with the people that you're working with. Look for hard workers, because anybody can go to work somewhere, but are they a hard worker? Are they a self-starter? Another one would be let them know up front that you're not going to ask them to do anything that you wouldn't already do yourself.
Okay.
That you're not making them do something that you wouldn't do because you're just the manager. But you work as a team, and you need everyone to be on board. Just because you're the manager, just because you're the boss, doesn't mean that you're superior to them always.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.